Hey guys, I'm Becky from Bookmarks Reviews, and welcome to another weekend reading vlog. Today it is Friday, June 7th, and I'm so excited because this whole week and this weekend I have finally been working on new June TBR books. So first we will talk about the books that I have started during the week because I have not finished any. So this weekend I will hopefully be dedicating some time to them, and then we'll talk about the other book that I have to start this weekend. So first this week I started the audiobook for Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. And to be totally honest, I am slightly lost since I did not read the original Grisha series, but I've heard that you don't have to read them in order to understand this one because it's a spin-off series, but there has been like a mention of a Grisha girl who I assume was in the original ones, but I just don't know like what the backstory is, but I'm assuming that I'll get the gist. So I'm only like slightly confused on that. But also I did start listening to it on audio, and I found that fantasy audiobooks and me don't get along while at work because I really need to pay attention to them in order to get it. So I have only gotten to page like 30 because I got to that part and then I realized I was lost. So then the next day at work I started the audiobook from the beginning again and got back to where I am now. But I think I'm just gonna try to physically read it this weekend if I have time. This is like a super low priority. At the beginning, like page 1, I started to fall in love with this book because I really like Juiced, and I like him trying to figure out how to summarize what he feels about Anya. I really like him talking about how pretty her brown eyes are and that he doesn't know how to describe them, and I have brown eyes, so I just like really related to that. I love guys who are into their emotions, whether it's like just in their head or not, but I like seeing that side of guys in books. So I really enjoyed that. I loved when his one friend was like, oh, just tell her skin reminds you of the moonlight, which I'm like, I'm super pale, so I also like that. But now that we're into Inej's point of view, I'm unsure of how I'm gonna like this book. We're starting to get into the thief part of the book, and that's the part that I just don't know if I'm gonna like. I know I'm gonna like the romance because the romancy bits I've really enjoyed, but the whole heist thief situation, pretty unsure about. So I don't know if I'm gonna end up liking this book. I don't know if I'm gonna continue on, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna try to physically read it if I have time this weekend, but if not, I will try to physically read it at some point during this month. The other book that I started this week and is going to be my priority for today because I think I can finish it today is The Beholder by Anna Bright. I am 68% of the way through this. I have it on ebook because I requested it from Edelweiss for review, and I am enjoying it a lot. So if you watched my June TBR, which for me it just posted yesterday, I talked about something that I feared was gonna happen, where there was gonna be like this underdog, and that's who like her affection was gonna be towards. Like I said, I'm only 68% of the way through. We're only on our second suitor, but I am really enjoying it. A situation like that has come up. There is somebody that I kind of thought like, this is what's gonna end up happening. He's like slightly in the running for her affection, but like not really. Like it's a strange situation. But then there's another situation with an underdog, which I'm just like, I was like all about. And then something happened and I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Like I kind of did, but then I didn't. I just like went with it. And it really surprised me. So we are now on like our it's technically the second suitor, but I count somebody else as another suitor. So we're on our official second, but to me, third suitor, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really liking this guy too, so I'm not sure who I like most at this point. We're gonna have to find out, but I'm really liking this book so far. The only problem I have with it is there are a whole lot of historical kind of references, like her trying to explain the world they live in different countries and like the history of this world. It's boring. Like, I feel like it goes a little too in-depth for me, whereas I would rather it just be kind of vague, because I just don't care about that. I'm just here for this epic romance. And I also don't like that there are some names of countries and places and people that I don't know how to pronounce. So every time I get to it, I like get sucked out of the story and have to try to figure out how to say it again. And then I go back in, or I just kind of like gloss over it. So I wish that the audiobook was out already. I'm gonna double check to see if it is, but I wish that I had the audiobook copy so I could hear how it's supposed to sound, because they're really hard to try to figure out. But I'm enjoying it a lot. I like and I don't like that there's the whole trope of she's been told that she's ugly and worthless her whole life and she believes it, but yet she's surrounded by all these hot guys who want her affection. I'm kind of over that trope, but the only thing I like about that trope is the confidence building, because I have some issues with low self-esteem, so I enjoy it. And it kind of like helps me with my issues, but at the same time, like, it's just been done so much, and it's like, come on, like, you're obviously not that ugly or useless if all these hot, rich guys want your affection. But on the other hand, our main character comes to realize that the suitors that she's going to meet, some of them are first in line for the throne, which means they would have to pick whose country to rule over, hers or his, if she ends up going with one of those suitors. And at one point she says she hopes she doesn't fall in love with one of those guys, because she doesn't want to have to make that decision, because she wants to rule her country. But at the same time, how can you ask somebody else to abandon their country when she wouldn't? And she also questions, would she want to be with somebody who is willing to give up their country for her? Like, on one hand, it's a nice gesture, but on the other hand, she doesn't know she could respect that person. And I just loved that tidbit in there, because I'm so used to characters just being all about themselves and not thinking about the other person and what that would mean to them. So I really like that tidbit. Another thing is there's a conflict that comes up, and she mentions that some girls would just like overlook it and find the romantic bits to the situation and just like let it go and be with that guy. But she's like, no, like, that wasn't cool, and I'm not into that. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, when I saw it unfurl, I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute and romantic. And then she said that, like, no, it's not. He lied to me. And I was like, yeah. Like, I didn't realize that, because she was like, some girls would just go with it. And I'm like, oh, dang, I'm one of those girls. Dang. So I'm really enjoying it. It's going to be interesting to see how this ends. I'm hoping that there are some more suitors that we're going to meet, and I don't know how she's going to figure it all out, and it's just, I feel like I'm already so close to the end, but yet there's so much more that needs to happen. So this ending could really make or break this book. We'll find out together. This is the one that I'm going to prioritize to finish this weekend. And then the other book that I need to start this weekend is Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. Now, the live show for this book is next weekend. It is just over 600 pages, and it needs to get read in 1 week and 1 day. My original plan was to read 50 pages a day starting this past Monday, and I haven't picked it up because I picked up The Beholder because that's what I wanted to start reading, so I just went with it. So I would really like to get like halfway through this book this weekend. That would put me at a good place where I'm not so overwhelmed with trying to read it during the week, but we're gonna see how that goes. If anything, it's gotta get done before the live show, which luckily it's Saturday night, like late, like 10 o'clock, so I think I can do it. We'll find out. Now, for my physical reads, I have not picked out a bookmark just yet, and on one hand, I haven't started to physically read them yet, so that's why, but also, I was gonna go ahead and pick them out before I started this vlog, but a very exciting package showed up, and that is my rep package for Book Banditz Bookmarks. I'm so excited. I've been waiting so long for this rep package, and I can't wait to open it. So I am probably gonna pick out one of these to use for those books. So I'm going to go ahead and pause from you guys and do an unboxing for this to put on my channel, and also do an unboxing on my Instagram story real quick, and then come back to you guys. So I will see you guys in a minute. So now I'm gonna go ahead and hang out in my living room and probably start reading The Beholder. Oh my goodness, I'm enjoying it so much and I cannot wait to finish it. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my office some because it is just a wreck now, and I will see you guys later. I've been reading The Beholder and I have like 9% of the book left, so I'm finishing it like right now. But like, my fucking emotions right now, like, I cannot even with this book. Like, seriously, I cannot. Like, I seriously had to take a break because I'm so distraught right now. There was one guy who I thought I really wanted her to be with, and then he did some shady stuff, and I was like, okay, forget about him, but like maybe we'll revisit him later. So then we meet this other guy who I'm just like head over heels for. Like, he's just pouring his guts to her, and then like everything just freaking explodes in this book. Like, oh my god, my freaking emotions right now. Like, I don't even know what's about to happen in this next 9%. Like, she is still technically supposed to meet another guy or more. This has got to be part of a series. There's no way that all of this can be wrapped up in the next 9%. There's just no freaking way. Like, I just have no idea what's about to happen. My heart hurts so bad. Like, I want this book to end where like we're just like in love and everything's happy. But like now I think it's just gonna end in heartbreak. I don't even know. I'm so upset. Like, I want to just like destroy stuff. Like, I'm so upset right now, and I haven't had this strong of feelings towards a book in a while. Like, I've heard such mixed things. I haven't heard like it's terrible, but I've heard some people say they didn't like it, or they, you know, DNF'd it. And I'm just like, how? Alright, I'm gonna put my pizza in the oven. I'm gonna take a 9.5-minute break while it cooks. And then I'm gonna jump back into this book. I'm so scared. This better be part of a series, because I can't. I'll talk to you later. So I just finished The Beholder. Thank God it's a series. I just double checked. It had to be after that ending, but it is a series. But, oh my freaking God. Like, I am so beyond impressed with this story. Like, I have not like just wholeheartedly loved and ate something up this much in a while. I feel so many things. I need book 2 in my hands like now. Like, number 1 literally just published like 3 days ago. So I don't even know when book 2 is gonna come out. It doesn't even have a title, doesn't have a cover. Like, it's gonna be like at least a year is what I'm gonna guess. I just have too many emotions. Like, I don't even know fully what I feel. I can tell you right now, this is a 5-star book. Like, I'm giving this 5 stars. I have enjoyed this so much. Like, if I thought I was going into a book slump, I'm so happy that I decided to go ahead and pick this book up, even though I should have picked up Dreams of Gods and Monsters. But I decided, no, I'm just going to pick up The Beholder, try it out a little bit, see how I'm feeling, because I just wanted to. And I need to do more mood reading, because if I was worried about being in a book slump, like, there's no way I'm going into a book slump now. Like, this book. I have like a serious book hangover now though, so I don't know if I can do any more reading today. I think I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow to pick anything else up, because, oh my god. Right now I'm gonna eat my dinner, I'm gonna watch some booktube, I'm gonna try to calm down. Still trying to find a friend who has read this already. Like, oh my god. It's just too much. It's too much. I can't take it. It's too much. My mood has been lifted. It's only been like 2 minutes since the last time I updated you, but I got that hilarious email from Goodreads that's like, you read The Beholder, what next? I'm like, I don't know, you tell me. But I went on Anna Bright's Goodreads profile and I started following her, and then I started following her on all her social media. But I saw that somebody asked a question about The Beholder and asked, will this be a standalone? And she answered, no, The Beholder is a duology. I'm like so happy right now because I was worried it was going to be at least a trilogy or more. And we all know how I am with series. I never finish them, but there's only just one more book. Like, I can totally do that. And I'm going to know everything. Like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy, you guys. Oh, thank God it's only a duology. I just want to share that because my mood is so much better now. But now it's time to watch some booktube, eat some dinner. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, it is Sunday. Last night I did not come back on to update you guys, but I was just so freaking tired. I did read some of Dreams of Gods and Monsters, so I'll update you on that. But what I also did was I finally watched Crimes Against Grindelwald, and guys, like, I was so confused like 90% of the time. I have no freaking idea what the heck was going on. I already heard that there were some things that didn't really make sense when thinking about what happens in Harry Potter, because this is all made up. There are no books for this, so it's not canon. But even those things like weren't the problems that I had with the movie. They did a whole lot of stuff like assuming that we know stuff even though it's being made up. Like, they tried to not like over explain things, so they just like assumed that we knew that like stuff that's happened in the fake past. So I was just like super confused the whole time. At one point I even like looked at my husband, I was like, you're confused, right? Because I have no idea what's going on right now. And hopefully we'll find out some stuff, but like the way that it ended was like weird. I don't know. It just kind of felt like a movie that was made just to be made. Like, it didn't really feel like it had a point. Yeah, I felt like just like not a whole lot happened. And why the heck do I keep going out of focus? Okay, I don't know what's going on with my camera. I don't know why I keep going in and out of focus, so bear with me in this clip. But anyways, I just felt like a lot of stuff didn't really happen, and that the movie kind of felt like a filler piece for in between movie 1 and movie 3. I don't know. I think I'm in focus. We're just gonna stay very still. But the one thing that I am very interested in finding out more about is we meet Nagini. So I'm super curious to find out like how she ends up staying a snake and why she ended up helping Voldemort, because she was like on the good side at the end of this movie. Yeah, so I'm just really curious to see how she ends up going to the dark side and staying a snake, because she can definitely shift. I don't know, we will have to see. But yeah, I did want to mention that I finally saw it and was just like really underwhelmed. All right, I've put you guys on my tripod to hopefully help with the out of focus. Maybe it's because I'm moving, I don't know. I feel like I've never had this many problems with my camera before. But okay, so now let's talk about the reading that I have done. Like I said, I did start Dreams of Gods and Monsters. I am currently on page 66. I'm on chapter 9. Just made a teeny tiny dent into it. I would have really liked to get to page 100, but I was just so freaking tired, and I do think that I am going to be able to read like 50 to 100 pages per day. I thought that the live show was on Saturday, but it's Friday night, so I'm just like freaking out, and I still, for some reason, am just feeling like so apprehensive to read this book. I'm just not in the mood to read it, and I think it's because it's the last one. Like, it doesn't make any sense because these are so good, and I love number 2 so much. So I don't understand why I'm so apprehensive to get into this book, but I went ahead and downloaded the audiobook from Libby from my library. And last night I did listen to a little bit. It is pretty different just because there's all these accents and different voices for characters that I already had a voice for in my head. but I think it's gonna help me. I think it's like the only way that I can guarantee that I will finish this. So I think for now, until I like get to that point where I'm like invested in the book and I can't stop reading, I'm gonna go ahead and listen to the audiobook because I have to finish this book. I really, really want to chat with everybody in the live show, so I just gotta do what I gotta do. I do think that I may start another book today. I'm not positive on what it is going to be. On one hand, I really want to start The Cruel Prince, but I don't know. I would hate to pick up The Cruel Prince and then finish it during the week when I'm not even vlogging, so I don't even like have you guys to talk about it with, so I kind of want to save it until next weekend, but I have other books that I should also be reading that weekend. Well, maybe I could read it next. I don't know. I have no freaking idea what I'm gonna do, but here we are. I think that's all that I have for you guys right now. Oh, if you didn't notice, I did get my nails done. They are mood changing, which really they're temperature changing, so they turn a darker green when I am cold, I believe. The only thing I don't really like is my old color is still kind of showing through because I did do the colored gel instead of painting them a couple times ago, so you can still see it underneath a couple of the nails, and I don't like it. I don't like green and orange, so I'm not liking that I can see it on the underside, but you can't see it on this side, so that's good, but it's just annoying me. So I'm gonna go ahead and go downstairs, hang out with my husband a little bit. I will probably start listening to some more of Dreams of Gods and Monsters, and I will check up with you guys later on. Hey guys, so coming on here to update, since it's the last time I'm going to update you before I go to work tomorrow, because tomorrow's Monday, and then I won't be able to update you anymore because tomorrow is the wrap up for the weekend. So I just want to come on here one more time because I feel like I have not shot a whole lot of footage this weekend, but not a whole lot of reading has gotten done. I have not read any more today. Really not that surprising. But I feel kind of bad. I don't know what it is about this book that has just been making me not want to read it. I still think it's probably because it's the last book in the series, and I just kind of like get in these moods when I get towards the end of a series. I don't want it to end, so I just like get in this mood where I don't want to read it at all. But it's got to get done, so I'm thinking during the week I will listen to the audiobook and hopefully be able to get into it, but I just was not in the mood to read today, not even to start anything else either. I don't know what my deal was today, so I did get my nails done like I told you earlier, and then I just hung out with my husband and took a nap. You know, super fun, productive stuff going on here. But I did want to update you one last time just to tell you that I'm pretty much a failure this weekend, but yes, I have my chocolate milk, I have my popcorn. I'm gonna go upstairs, watch some booktube before bed, hopefully listen to some of the audiobook, but we will see. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow for my wrap up. Hey guys, and happy Monday. It is finally time to wrap up this weekend's reading vlog. Now this weekend was a little bit of a fail because I did not read that much this weekend, and I feel like it is probably due to the one book that I did finish this weekend, and that was The Beholder by Anna Bright. Now, I absolutely loved this book. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I cannot wait to get my hands on the next and final book, as this is part of a duology. I cannot wait to finally get my hands on it, which is probably going to take like a year is what I would assume, because The Beholder just came out like earlier this week. So just loved that book. I couldn't get it out of my head. I enjoyed it so freaking much, and I feel like it just kind of like ruined this weekend for me because I just want the next book. I didn't want to read anything else but the one next, and I can't. So after finishing up The Beholder, I did pick up Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, and unfortunately I did DNF this book. I just don't think that it is the book or series for me. I did not get that far into it before DNFing it. I think I got to like page 35 maybe, but the whole premise just doesn't interest me. The writing is pretty good, the characters are pretty interesting, but I just, for some reason, could not get into it. I just think this is just not the series for me, so DNF'd it. I'm so sorry if you love this book. So many people do. I really thought I would get into it, but it just wasn't grabbing me enough to keep going, and I have bigger and better things to read. And then finally this weekend, I started Dreams of Gods and Monsters, which I have not picked up anymore since Saturday. So I am currently still on page 66, which is chapter 9. Just that little teeny tiny amount is what has started. I am enjoying it, but I just can't fully commit. It is really good so far. I think I'm really gonna end up loving it here pretty soon. I'm hoping to read some tonight, but today at work was just totally nuts. We had a team from Google come in and take over the library. They taught classes on different things for small businesses. They did one-on-one sessions. It was just this big giant thing. On top of that, we had our regular patrons and our regular programming. So I had Lego Club for the youth side tonight, and it was just craziness. So I did not even think about picking up an audiobook today at work because I had zero downtime, zero me time, so no more reading got done today, but I feel like that's okay because I do need to take some self-care days and not pressure myself into reading because that is when I go into a book slump. So I'm just trying to get the reading done but not pressure myself. This one does have a deadline because I have the live show that I would really like to participate in the chat in. It does have a deadline, but it is what it is. So that is all the reading that I got done this weekend. I feel like it was still productive because I did finish The Beholder, which, God, I love that book so freaking much. But on the other hand, I didn't really read that much. I only read like, I don't even know how many pages. Not that many. Probably like less than 200 is what I would assume. But sometimes you just have bad weekends. So I hope that you guys still enjoyed this weekend's reading vlog. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below saying something. I don't know what you could say in the comments, but just give me some motivation for wanting to keep reading and not fall into a slump. If you want to see more bookish content from me, please hit that subscription button. My weekend reading vlogs are usually a lot more productive than this one, so I'm just gonna put that out there. And if you want to be notified as soon as my videos go live here on YouTube, hit the notification bell. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!